In my previous video, I had traced the graph of sine inverse of sine x and tried to make you understand in detail. Today, I am starting with graph of all the six. Already I have traced all the graphs, and it is required that you should understand all the six, and to keep in memory is important, and just try to understand the pattern of the graph. If you understand the pattern of the graph, the next step is that to memorize or to derive immediately the equation of the part of the graph, like in sine inverse of sine x. We have learned equation of this branch will be y equals x, equation of this branch. Now how to find immediate the equation of this branch? We may observe that slope of this straight line is -1. Therefore, if we write it in y equals mx plus c form, then obviously coefficient of x will be -1 because slope is -1. So in its equation, y equals, there will be -x. Next, remember this passes through pi, and at x equals pi, this passes through pi from x-axis, and therefore constant should be like such constant which is put in place of x, then y should be 0, as this point is pi 0, means when x equals pi, y equals 0. Now if y equals -x is assured that in equation of this branch y will be equal to -x, then problem is only c, mx plus c, m is -1, c, what should be c? And it passes through pi 0, therefore if we put x equals pi, then this will be -pi, and therefore c should be +pi, so that -pi plus pi after cancellation gives 0. Okay. Similarly, if we want to find the equation of this branch, slope of this line segment is 1, therefore m will be 1, that is y equals x, and passes through 2 pi 0, therefore constant should be -2 pi, so that if we put value of x 2 pi, then this will be 0. Okay. In the same way, here equation of this slope of this line segment is -1, therefore y will be -x, and it passes through -pi 0, therefore if we put x equals -pi, then this will be +pi, and therefore constant should be -pi, so that +pi and -pi will be cancelled out and give 0. Similarly, I had tried to trace graph of cos inverse of cos x also in previous video. Y equals x, and then like this you may observe equation of this will be y equals -x plus 2 pi, because principal value of cos inverse always lies between 0 to pi. You can see at pi, cos inverse of cos pi will be pi. After pi, what will happen? When x equals 2 pi, consider when x equals 2 pi, then this formula cannot be cos inverse of cos 2 pi equals 2 pi. So then we will find a angle between 0 and pi which will give the same value of cosine as that of at value 2 pi. You know cos 2 pi is 1, therefore regarding this angle we will find a angle between 0 to pi which will give value of cos 1 at x equals 0. That is it. Equivalent to this angle 2 pi, there will be an angle 0 in interval 0 to pi. So therefore at 2 pi this will be equal to 0. Now after this, whatever be the branch of the line segment, that will pass through 2 pi 0, and this is passing through this also. So therefore equation will be like this. y equals x minus 2 pi. You have already understood that why this equation will be y equals minus x plus 2 pi. Next, after 2 pi, like this. So just remember this pattern. And because cos x is periodic, therefore the graph of this function will be same everywhere as between 0 to 2 pi. If 0 to 2 pi like this, then next like this, then like this, and so on. Similarly, tan inverse x. Value of tan inverse lies between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, curve will be y equals x. No transformation required. And after this, you may understand, just we will exceed pi by 2 means second quadrant. So this second quadrant angle will be equivalent to in fourth quadrant, and therefore just if we exceed the value of x from pi by 2, so then it will start from minus pi by 2, and at pi again it will be 0. Both will be exclusive. This is also noticeable, and at pi this will be 0. Means parallel line segment we will find. Period of tan x is pi, therefore the graph of everywhere will be same as between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Therefore this will be just extended everywhere. This like this, like this, like this. Okay. Now cosec inverse x, sec inverse x. This will be same as sin inverse, cos inverse of cos x. Only we have to manage the domain. In cosec inverse x at 0 this is not defined, therefore at pi, at 2 pi, at 3 pi, these all points will be excluded. Therefore here I have written as a circle which is not darkened inside. That is the interior portion of the small circle is empty. Similarly, sec inverse x will not be defined at odd multiple of pi by 2, minus pi by 2, pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2. Such angles will be excluded from its domain. And cot inverse x equation will be same as tan of tan inverse x, tan inverse of tan x, but region of this will be above x axis from 0 to pi. So just remember this graph. Now I am taking a question which will be solved graphically easily, otherwise that question may be problematic. I have taken two questions. First, we have to solve an inequality. You are seeing tan inverse of tan x less than sin inverse of sin x. And next we have to find the value of tan inverse of tan. There would be other function. There would be other function like sin inverse sin tan, sec inverse sec tan, etc. For first function, without using the graph, if we think, so this will be cumbersome, complicated. Therefore, we have used its graph. Actually, we have to solve this inequality in equation in interval 0 to pi. I have excluded pi by 2, and one angle more should also be excluded, 3 pi by 2, because these two are not in domain of tan x. So for this domain, for what set of values of x will satisfy this inequation? For this, I have traced the graph of y equals sin inverse of sin x, and next y equals tan inverse of tan x. Just we have seen before, sin inverse of sin x like this will be traced like this, and tan inverse of tan x like this. Now compare up to 0 to pi by 2, both graph have identical value, but we have to take only smaller. Both are identical. After pi by 2, you may see after pi by 2 graph of this is above x-axis and this below x-axis up to pi to 3 pi by 2. Therefore, in this region, tan inverse tan x is smaller than sin inverse of sin x. After pi, you may see after pi sin inverse of sin x is below x-axis and tan inverse of tan x is above x-axis. Therefore, in this region, tan inverse of tan x is greater than sin inverse of sin x. And after 3 pi by 2, this is a 3 pi by 2, tan inverse x, sin inverse x coincide. It means again both are same. Therefore, our required solution will be between pi by 2 to pi. Obviously, pi by 2 and pi both will be open because pi by 2 is already open. It is not in domain, and pi is in domain, but at pi both are same, but we have to trace only smaller than. And from these two graphs, we can say x belongs to pi by 2 to pi, both open. Okay, so just we should remember the graph and we should trace the graph for which region this is the question is asking. You may observe that if we change interval 2 pi to 4 pi, then we will trace graph of these two curves between 4 pi to 6 pi. Next question, tan inverse of tan 10. At first, we will try to find 10 where this will lie, in which quadrant. Two consecutive quadrant angle. We will try to find two consecutive quadrant angle in which the 10 will lie. After hit and try, you know value of pi is 3.14 approximately. Therefore, 3 pi will be 9 decimal something. And if pi by 2 is added in 3 pi, pi by 2 itself is more than 1.5. Therefore, 3 pi is smaller than 10. But 3 pi plus pi by 2 is greater than 10. Now, if graph of tan inverse of tan x is traced between 3 pi to 3 pi plus pi by 2. Now we observe up to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, graph will be like this. After that like this, after that like this. We have to trace between 3 pi to 3 pi plus pi by 2. We try to understand the pattern. If we trace its graph from pi to 3 pi by 2, so then its equation is y equals x minus pi. You are understanding? Graph of this tan inverse of tan x between pi to 3 pi by 2. Its equation is y equals x minus pi. Next, 2 pi to 5 pi by 2, y equals x minus 2 pi. Therefore, like this, if 10 lies between 3 pi to 3 pi plus pi by 2, so in this region, its graph will be equal to y equals x minus 3 pi. Now, putting the value of x equals 10, we will find its value 10 minus 3 pi, and therefore tan inverse of tan 10 equals 10 minus 3 pi. Although this can be performed without graph also, just remembering the concept of principal value, we decide 10 like this, where 10 will lie. Now, try to understand this angle. Obviously, this angle lies in third quadrant. In third quadrant, tan is positive, but this is beyond principal value. Therefore, we try to find an angle in first quadrant, because tan in third quadrant is positive, and for any angle lying in third quadrant there will be an equivalent angle lying in first quadrant which will give the same value as this angle. For this, after 3 pi, this angle is 10 exceeds by this angle. If we try to find this angle, what will be this angle? So up to here, this is 3 pi, and again up to here, this is 10. After one rotation, in second rotation, up to here, this is 10. Therefore, this angle will be 10 minus 3 pi. Because 10 is greater than 3 pi, therefore 10 minus 3 pi will be greater. And therefore, in first quadrant, this can be written as 10 minus 3 pi. Just we are talking about this angle. This angle will be equivalent to this, and its value will be 10 minus 3 pi. You may see, if here we replace tan inverse tan by sine inverse sine, all the process will be same. I am not talking about graph. We can also find using graph. All process will be same, but this is third quadrant where sine is negative. Therefore, if sine is negative, then this angle should be set in fourth quadrant, not in first, because this is not tan, this is sine. And in fourth quadrant, we may find this like 10 minus 3 pi, just we change the sign of this angle, that is minus 10 minus 3 pi, that is a 3 pi minus 10. So then it would be like this, and this angle can be written as 3 pi minus 10. So such type of problem can be done without using the graph, but we can use graph also. We take some more application of graph. I have taken a formula. Actually, this is a half formula because I have taken only x greater than equal to 0, y greater than equal to 0 case. There may be case x less than equal to 0, y less than equal to 0. And for those two, these two conditions, x square plus y square may be less than or equal to 1 or greater than 1. So for negative case, I have left for you. Try to understand this using a little bit application of graph. For we have taken sine inverse x equals alpha due to scarcity of place. Just I have told this like this arrow symbol. It means alpha equals sine inverse x, beta equals sine inverse y. Therefore, alpha beta belongs to, for right now conditions, x, y both are positive, both will lie between 0 to pi by 2, and sine alpha will be equal to x, sine beta will be equal to y. Now we have to derive the formula. Therefore, we will use formula sine alpha plus beta, and it requires cos beta, cos alpha also. Therefore, we find the value of cos alpha, which will be under root 1 minus x square. You can understand that alpha lies in first quadrant, therefore cos alpha will be positive, therefore positive square root of 1 minus x square. Similarly, cos beta under root 1 minus y square. We have taken sine alpha plus beta formula, and we have put the value of sine alpha, cos beta, cos alpha, sine beta like this. This implies taking sine inverse on both sides. Sine inverse of this will be equal to sine inverse of sine alpha plus beta. Now the thinking starts from here. Before breaking this, we will have to decide the value of alpha plus beta, whether alpha plus beta lies between its principal value or not. If in its principal value, then no problem, this will be exactly equal to alpha plus beta. But if value of alpha plus beta exceeds the principal value, then we will have to manage its value seeing the proper interval where alpha plus beta lies. Now, for the given condition, as x is greater than equal to 0, y greater than equal to 0, so then certainly alpha plus beta lies between 0 to pi. Simple. alpha is positive, it means this non-negative, not positive, non-negative I am saying, 0 and pi by 2, and beta also lies between 0 to pi by 2. Therefore sum of alpha plus beta will have minimum value 0, maximum value pi by 2 plus pi by 2 means pi. So just I have written alpha plus beta lies between 0 to pi. Now in 0 to pi there are two possibilities. If alpha plus beta lies between 0 to pi by 2, then this will be exactly alpha plus beta. Clear? But if alpha plus beta exceed pi by 2, that is the alpha plus beta lies between pi by 2 to pi. In fact, interval 0 to pi can be break up in two intervals, 0 to pi by 2 and pi by 2 to pi. So in 0 to pi by 2, this is the principal value. Therefore, this will be same as alpha plus beta. But when it will exceed pi by 2 to pi, then it requires correction. So just I am taking simple case. If alpha plus beta lies between 0 to pi by 2, then sin inverse of sin alpha plus beta will be alpha plus beta. Also, alpha plus beta is less than equal to pi by 2, because we have to establish this one also. Alpha plus beta less than equal to pi by 2. This implies alpha less than equal to pi by 2 minus beta. Taking sine both sides, we can understand alpha and beta both are in first quadrant. Therefore, pi by 2 minus beta will also lie in first quadrant. And in first quadrant, if angle is smaller, then value of sine will also be smaller. Therefore, sin alpha less than equal to sin pi by 2 minus beta. Sin pi by 2 minus beta will be cos beta. It means sin alpha less than equal to cos beta. That is x less than equal to cos beta under root 1 minus y square. Squaring both sides, because we know x is positive, therefore there is no loss of generality if we square both sides. After squaring, the symbol of an equation will be same. After squaring, this will be x square less than equal to 1 minus y square, and then minus y square is taken to left, and x square plus y square less than equal to 1. We find this result. It means when x is greater than equal to 0, y is greater than or equal to 0, and x square plus y square less than or equal to 1, then this will be simply alpha plus beta. Therefore, finally we have written here by concluding 1 imply, 1 you are seeing, this is 1 imply when x is greater than equal to 0, y greater than equal to 0, and x square plus y square less than equal to 1, then alpha plus beta will be equal to this. And putting the value of alpha beta, that is sin inverse x plus sin inverse y, is equal to this. This is the first case, simple case. Again, if alpha plus beta lies between pi by 2 to pi, just we have broken two intervals. I am talking about the interval when alpha plus beta lies between pi by 2 to pi. So up to pi by 2 we have seen already. Now, if it lies between pi by 2 to pi, then now try to understand the graph of sin inverse of sin x. Between, this is pi by 2, this is pi. So between pi by 2 to pi, its graph is pi minus x. Pi minus x, and therefore in this interval, sin inverse of sin alpha plus beta will be pi minus x, that is x means alpha plus beta here. So pi minus alpha plus beta. Now x square plus y square greater than 1. For this time alpha plus beta is greater than pi by 2. Pi by 2 is smaller than alpha plus beta, that is alpha plus beta greater than pi by 2. This implies alpha greater than pi by 2 minus beta. Again taking sin both sides like previous case, sin alpha will be greater than cos beta, and this implies x is greater than under root 1 minus y. So putting the value of sin alpha and cos beta. Again a squaring, because here also x is positive, therefore there will be no loss of generality. If a positive number is greater than this is positive square root, then a square will also have the same sign of inequality. So x square greater than 1 minus y square. Again taking y square to left side, we get x square plus y square greater than 1. And therefore 1 implies for x greater than equal to 0, y greater than equal to 0, and x square plus y square greater than 1, sin inverse of x under root 1 minus y square, whatever you are seeing, this equals, actually we have to put value of this, which will be pi minus alpha plus beta. Now we take minus alpha plus beta on left, which will give alpha plus beta after putting the value of alpha and beta, and on right side pi or minus the quantity on left side, means pi minus this. Okay, so just I was saying that graphically we can check some formula also. Although I have already told you that we have, if we have to face some numerical problem regarding sine inverse, cos inverse, then it would be better for us to convert all those in terms of tan inverse, and we will find the result in tan inverse, and then if result is required in other form, then again we will convert those other form, because formula of tan inverse is, we can say, easy to remember, and from that we can solve maximum number of problems. I am not saying that every question will be transformed like that, but most of the problem. Therefore we should have well acquainted with tan inverse x plus tan inverse y formula and tan inverse x minus tan inverse y formula. Okay, in next video I will deal with some problem only. You should try some formula also, like multiple angle formula. It means 2 sin inverse x equals 2 tan inverse x equals 3 tan inverse x equals 3 sin inverse x equals. I will see some problem in next video.